said, let me come help you. Good basketball here today. Etowah, Grovetown coming from Augusta area, so I think we got a good one in store.
Absolutely. Anybody we should be looking for, Kyle?
Kiana Curtis, if she's playing today for Grovetown, 6'1" junior, got some offers from Coppin State, North Carolina A&T. She's a really good inside-out presence. And then Allie Zazaria, who is a Tennessee goalkeeper commit, actually signed to go play soccer for Etowah. She has a school record in scoring for Etowah, 42 points in a game, 8 3-pointers in a game. So it's going to be the outside play of Etowah versus
Way sends this one ahead. Another three-point shot by Grovetown, no good. Shooter on that one was Jada Porter. Now a long two-pointer knocked down by number 11, Anya Jones. And just like that, Grovetown getting a little bit of life into them after going down early. Etowah going to have to get across half court, and that pass is going to be just beyond the reach of Kirsten James. Costly turnover there. So if you're just joining us on Chiefs TV, we apologize for the technical difficulties. We should have full audio now. 3:40 left to go in the first quarter. 8-6, Etowah on top of Grovetown. Etowah walked out to an 8-2 lead. Grovetown scoring the last 4 points, reeling them in. Nice inside move there. That one put up and in by Kiana Curtis. Just like you said, Kyle, got to start getting her the ball and allowing her to make some plays.
Yeah, get her the ball inside, and then I think we've already seen it. The defense, the 2-2-1 press has already caused a couple issues here and there. Grovetown's got a lot of length up front. I think they can earn some deflections. Interested to see how Etowah does against that pressure.
Tie ball game now. Here comes Grovetown with a chance to take their first lead of the game. Back to the top of the key now, over to Jones. Jones, hip-high dribble. Got Peterson one-on-one with her, going to take her to the left side. Has to check up. Now she's going to send that one back out to Way. Way now swings that one over to Porter, who lets a rip on a three-pointer and knocks that one down. 11-8, Grovetown over Etowah. Kyle, she'd been looking for that shot in the first couple minutes of the first quarter, and looks like she finally found a range on that one.
Yeah, senior leadership right there. She's picking up the slack.
Zazara wide open for three, and she just misses as that one was a tiny bit long. So still 11-8, Grovetown with the ball. Here they come down the other end of the floor. Nice coast-to-coast drive, but the layup doesn't find its way into the basket. Pushed ahead to Peterson. Peterson checks up. Two-point shot goes in from just to the left side of the free throw line. So 11-10, Grovetown still on top of Etowah. 2:22 left to go in the first quarter of play. Way leaves that one back for Jones. Jones drives the lane and lays that one up and in, and it's a three-point lead for Grovetown, 13-10. Cross-court pass to Peterson. Peterson one-on-one with Way. Steps back. Now here comes the double team. Now down low to the low post. That one put up. No good, though, on the shot attempt, and Grovetown picks up the shooter for Etowah was Tristan Moore. Just missed on that one. Pass taken down in the low block, but that one was knocked out by Zazara.
Post-entry passes. Sounds so simple, but it can be a lost art. Sometimes you see players, young players, struggle to get the ball into the post. We saw it right there. Didn't have a great angle, knocked away, but luckily Grovetown retains possession.
Minute 47 left to go in the first quarter, 13-10. Inbound pass to herself off the back of the Etowah defender. Now this one, long three-pointer, just misses from the corner. Now the putback attempt, no good, and that one's going to go out of bounds, but it'll stay Grovetown ball. Thompson going to inbound it for Grovetown. Tries to get that one down in the post, and now that one's going to go Etowah's way after the mishandled inbound pass.
No fouls in this first quarter. You don't see that too often. Knock on wood, no fouls. Good flow so far.
Peterson got to get across half court as the trap working on Etowah. Now driving in the lane, laid up and off the back, but there's going to be a foul on that one. So Kyle, you spoke a little bit too soon.
I'm a real announcer now. What a jinx. Oh no.
So a minute 17, stepping up to the charity stripe is going to be number 20, Kirsten James for the Etowah Eagles. And the first one goes off the front of the rim, no good. So still 13-10 Grovetown with a minute 17 left to go in the first period. Two bounces and another attempt. And James good from 15 straight away. This one inbounded. Jones going to take it up the far side along the sideline. Long pass down to the bottom. Now baseline drive. Trap at the bottom under the basket. Not there. Pass is taken away by Peterson. Peterson got Calhoun in her face playing one-on-one. This one going to go over to James. Back to Peterson. Under a minute to go now. 13-11 your score. Grovetown on top of Etowah. Drive into the basket and a floor foul. is going to be on Yasmin Calhoun, the junior listed at the small forward position. And no good on the inbound pass. Great coverage there by Grovetown. One-on-one to the basket. Peterson jumps up, and that one is finished by Anya Jones. Etowah down by 4. Three-point shot is up and away, and that one just misses. James, the shooter on that one. Correction, that was Azara on the shot. Tie up in the paint. That one goes up, and foul on the shot. So going to the stripe for Etowah is going to be number 33, Kinsey Norton, senior forward.
That was a pretty clean look for Zazara. Didn't drop that time, but we know she can put the ball in the basket. 42 points in the school record. She had 8 threes in a single game, so Grovetown needs to track her wherever she goes.
Well, she dropped, correction, Norton drops the first of 2 free throws. Speaking of school records, Kyle, last night, Dylan Wally tied the Sequoia High School record for 10 three-pointers made in a contest against who did they play last night? It's escaping my mind. North Paulding. North Paulding they played. Second free throws drops.
Yeah, I mean, he is a great shooter. I don't know how you let a player of that caliber get open like that. I mean, you know that's his bread and butter, the one dribble pull-up or the spot up for 3. I'm not sure how that happened, but he is a great player, and they just find a way sometimes.
Stolen by Etowah, moved up the floor. Zazara gets trapped on the baseline. Now over to Peterson, who's got an open look at a three-pointer, and that one teases but doesn't fall. 10 seconds left to go. Etowah trailing by 2, 15-13 Grovetown. Final seconds of the first quarter. That one's mishandled. Trapped along the baseline. Now down in the corner, the shot. Heave-ho goes up but not answered on the prayer. 15-13 at the end of one. Grovetown on top of Etowah. Kyle, we mentioned Dylan Wally tying the school record for three-pointers made. The holder of that record, someone you and I both went to school with, Tyler Deal.
Oh, yeah, Tyler. Yeah, I was talking to him earlier today. He might be swinging by the gymnasium. You know, it's great seeing all these old alums back. You know, me, you, we're back here in the War Lodge. But I can't believe my name, I'm looking at that record holder thing on the board right there. Why is my name not up there? You know, I was a pretty good player back in my day. I didn't set any records. You know, I was on that team, the first team ever to make the state playoffs. You know, I was a grit and grind type of guy. Three-year letterman, 2-year starter. You know, I did the little things. I took the charges, but you know, it's all about buying into a role. I bought into my role. Everyone bought into their role. Tyler Deal put points on the board. Sean Tate put points on the board. We were a great team. And the tradition, ever since we graduated 2010, it's been winning traditions at Sequoia. So you're looking at a founding father of this program right here.
Sequoia basketball royalty there, Kyle Sandy, laying down the law. What a great team that was, by the way.
Yeah,
I know why my name's not up on the record, but you guys
stop, Chase. You were one of the guys. You know, it's a pillar of this foundation. Everybody, brick by brick, football and basketball. You were a part of it.
Drive up the right side. That's James. James has to dish this one over to the top of the wing. That one knocked away. James picks up the loose ball. Now back up to Peterson at the top. Three-pointer from nowhere. What a shot by Peterson. And Etowah retakes the lead, 7:38 left to go in the second quarter, 16-15. Etowah, what a shot. She shot that one from Etowah High School, Kyle.
Yeah, if she adds that to her game, consistently knocking down the outside shot, she is going to be extremely difficult to defend.
Speaking of difficult to defend, shot missed though. And a nice rip away there. Mid-range jumper doesn't fall. Etowah can't get a rebound. Loose ball finally saves them. Peterson in a track meet down to the basket. She's going to lose that track meet. What a rejection by Yasmin Calhoun. Great job tracking that ball down, Sandy, and preventing more points from going on the board.
Yeah, Grovetown, all these guards, they got really good length. They're athletic. They got good length. They can defend. It's going to be tough getting anything to the basket. Now, we see Jada Peterson's had no issue so far, but everyone else, they're kind of following after her lead. She's got 11 points of the team's 16.
Peterson carrying the load early in the first half. Pull-up jumper in the paint, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it back again. Second try, no good again, and we're going to get it over the back. And that one's going to go to Grovetown. Foul's going to be on Becca Archer, the junior. Inbound pass taken, 6 minutes and 55 seconds left to go. 1 point lead for Etowah, 16-15. Etowah in their black uniforms with blue trim and blue letters. Grovetown in their whites. Pull-up jumper, no good, doesn't even hit the net. We got a foul underneath the basket, and going to the line is going to be Kiana Curtis.
Curtis starting to kind of assert herself, getting a couple more touches, not necessarily getting it off the post-entry passes, but getting it off the rebounds. Etowah's going to have to make sure she doesn't get going.
She sinks the first one from 15 feet straight away. Tie ball game, 6:42 left to go in the second quarter. And the second one teases but doesn't fall. Offensive rebound, and she's going to be fouled. And now back to the line goes Grovetown. Different shooter this time. It's going to be Yasmin Calhoun, the junior from Grovetown. So Grovetown with a chance to take a lead on the free throws. First one bounces around and goes in. Pretty close game so far, Kyle.
Yeah, it's been nip and tuck. You know, it's still early. No team has really asserted their will yet. They're both kind of feeling each other out. I mean, these are worlds apart. I mean, you're talking about Grovetown over in the CSRA. That's a long ways away from Town Lake, so different styles here.
Second free throw drops. And it's 18-16 Grovetown. That one poked out of bounds. Nice pass defense there by Yasmin Calhoun. Said her name quite a lot in the early portion of this game, getting there, mixing it up both offensively and defensively. Peterson picks it up, another three-pointer for Peterson, knocks it down from the top of the key. Like you said earlier, Kyle, she can institute that part of her game. She's going places. Well, she knocked another one down there.
Yeah, that's a welcome sign if you're an Eagle fan. That is huge. I mean, Etowah's been very tough this year, 5-2 to start the season, and you're seeing the development of a young, very talented sophomore.
And on the three-pointer for Grovetown, shot no good, 19-18. Etowah on top of Grovetown as we go back and forth. And she's going to try and stroke another one, and she hits it. She's heating up, Kyle.
Yeah, Grovetown, they got to check her now, and that's a problem. If Peterson gets going, if they focus too much attention on her, that's going to open up things for Zazara. So you got to keep an eye on that.
22-18. Etowah on top of Grovetown as Peterson has been doing yeoman's work beyond the arc. As nice block there down in the paint. I think that was Zazara. No, it wasn't. That was number 33 for Etowah, Kinsey Norton, the senior forward.
She's done a really nice job. I mean, you look at her, she's a sturdy build. She's got some size, probably about 6'2" out there. She's defending without fouling, really making Curtis work for everything inside.
So we're going to have a 30-second timeout. We have a 30-second timeout here, Kyle. No fouls on Grovetown. Looking at the board right now, all the fouls have been against Etowah.
Yeah.
But still managing to be on top by 5 points. Correction, 4 points. And doing a pretty good job of keeping this Grovetown team in check. But I guess the story of the first part of the game so far is Peterson's ability to knock down three-pointers.
I mean, she's got 17 points. Grovetown's got 18 as a team. That is a story, like you said. All you got to do is look at the stats right there, and she's been the X factor.
Inbound pass under the basket, goes up and in. Well-executed play on the inbound pass. Number 11, the scorer for Grovetown. That's Anya Jones, the senior guard. Steal on the inbound pass, now laid back up and in. No good on the putback attempt. James finally comes away with it for the Eagles. 22-20 your score. Lays that one back for Peterson. Peterson looking for an outside shot. It's not there. Peterson has it at the top of the key. One-on-one with Jones. She'll back out to the gray line. A little hand fighting going on. Peterson going to drive the lane and lays that one up, but just misses. And the rebound taken by Kiana Curtis. Comes Grovetown over the logo, but that one was knocked away by number 20, Kirsten James. So 4:51 left to go in the half. Etowah on top of Grovetown, 22-20.
Etowah's done a really nice job defensively. You're looking at it, looks like somewhat of a 1-3-1 right now maybe. They've been changing up their defenses. They've really been flustering Grovetown.
Wide open look from the corner. That one a little bit too long on the shot by Jada Porter. And the putback attempt is good by Grovetown, and we're all tied up at 22. Peterson coming up the near side past the scorer's table. Here comes the trap. James was the intended target, but Zazara intercepted that one. We're going to get a double dribble call and a costly turnover for the Etowah Eagles. Kyle, Grovetown really relying on that press defensively, and sometimes it works and sometimes Etowah's able to break it.
Yeah, and shoot, let's see here.
Just misses on the three.
But what I was gonna say is, if you're Grovetown, you know, it's a tie game right now. I wouldn't panic. It's one player. One player has 17 of the other team's 22 points. Etowah has not gotten a lot of contributions from anybody else offensively speaking. So if Grovetown can adjust, kind of slow down Peterson, if no one else gets going, Etowah, they're going to have to find some more offense.
Put back attempt after the three-pointer. No good. Nice block there by Zazara. She doesn't see the pass, and she's going to run into one of the Grovetown players. They didn't see each other. That was Jones. So the ball going to come back this way for Grovetown. Kyle, like you said, yeah, eventually Peterson's going to have to cool off, and Etowah going to have to find something else offensively to keep this one close.
Yeah, I don't think Zazara is going to be, you know, held in check the entire game. I mean, she's one of the best scorers in school history. She's going to get her points eventually.
Inside layup good by Curtis. Opportunity for a three-point play as Grovetown takes the lead. Curtis will go to the stripe to convert on the and one. 24-22 Grovetown. Flips the basketball, one dribble, a flip catch, and she puts that one up and in and converts and makes it a three-point play. 3:43 left to go in the half. 25-22 Grovetown on top of Etowah. One of the more competitive girls varsity games we've seen. Oh, that one gets just outside the reach of Norton.
Grovetown's gone to a diamond press, kind of switching up their looks, and it's been effective recently.
Inbound pass to Rena Way. Way with that metronome dribble over the logo. She's going to go to her right. She's got Peterson in her face. Back over the wing, pull up, jumper for three, no good. Rebound by Etowah. That's James who picks it up. She kicks it out to Peterson. Step back for three, and finally she misses. And Grovetown on the rebound. 25-22 lead for Grovetown. Ball out to the wing. Now back out to the wing again. Pull up jumper for the three, no good. As Burke was unable to find the rim. So 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Etowah trailing Grovetown 25-22. Here at the War Lodge Classic Invitational. Some personnel changes going on for Grovetown. Checking in is number 13, who's not listed on my roster.
Not on my roster either. Do you believe that, Chase? Come on.
I absolutely believe it. Peterson to James. Correction, that's Zazara. Zazara drives to the lane and lays that one up and in. Nice job fighting through the contact there to get some points.
Yeah, that's a big hoop for her. Get her confidence going.
Big three-pointer in return by Jada Porter. So 28-24. Grovetown still on top of Etowah. Zazara driving to the lane again. She throws that one up, and it goes off the boards and in. 28-26.
Starting to get going. Back-to-back hoops, up to 6 points on the game.
Right in time, too. Now another three-pointer for Porter. Now Porter's getting hot.
Yeah, these guards really carried Grovetown today. Porter and Jones, they've done a bulk of the damage so far for the Warriors.
Zazara looks for James. James with a wide open three. That one's going to be just a little short. And now on the putback attempt, no good. But going to the free throw line is going to be Norton.
That's all you can ask for from a post player nowadays. Hit the glass, defend, do it without fouling, and score inside when you have chances. And she's done a really nice job, Norton.
First shot is made. So 31-27, Grovetown on top of Etowah. Kyle, we talked early in the first quarter about how there had been no fouls.
Well,
we got a bonus now in the second quarter.
Hey, yeah, after I said that with like a minute 30 left in the first quarter, and then we finished with about 4 or 5 fouls. So You know, I had to give my jinx in there. It was just going way too smoothly. We got to see if these girls can shoot free throws.
3-point deficit for the Eagles after the free throws. 31-28, under 2 minutes left to go in the half. Slow and steady wins the race up the court. Now over by the wing, she picks up her dribble, kicks this one out to Thompson. Now down in the corner. Thompson gets it back. Gonna have to go to her left. Uh-oh, bobbles the pass. Is able to poke that one away. And the Etowah coach giving the official an earful. Thompson loses the basketball, and it's going to be a turnover anyway.
See, that's the one fun thing about having a quarantine and all this stuff and not a lot of people in the building. You can hear what these coaches are saying to the referees. Sometimes it is interesting to listen to. I'll leave it at that.
Peterson for three. She's short. She's really started to cool off from beyond the arc. 31-28, a minute 18 left to go in the half. Here comes Grovetown. Jones leads the charge up the floor. Three-point attempt is way right. And picked up by Peterson. Here comes the press. And what do we got here? A foul on number 12 of Grovetown. So still trailing by 3 is Etowah. Minute 7 left until the break. James brings it across half court. Hands that one off to Peterson. Tosses that one over to Zazara. Now back to James. Now back to Zazara. Now back to James. James going to take the three. Not so sure one of the Grovetown defenders didn't get their hand on that one. And it's going to stay Etowah ball as the referee concurs.
Yeah, Eagles really have cooled off from beyond the arc.
Gonna have to get that inside game going. This one makes its way out to James. Now down to Zazara, and she misses on that one. Not by much, though. 41 seconds left to go, and the pass just beyond the reach of the Grovetown player as she crashes to the ground. Etowah basketball with 40 seconds left. Press is on again, as that seems to be a staple of this Grovetown defense. Three-pointer is up, no good. And that one poked out of bounds by Tristan Moore. And that one knocked away. Nice pass defense by Lily Cochran, the senior guard. Kyle, a lot of seniors on this Etowah roster.
Yeah, this is a team that, you look back a couple years ago, Etowah was at the bottom of the charts in Cherokee County girls basketball, but Coach Grainer has come in and they have built and built and built, and this is their best team in years. They're off to a really good start this season.
Etowah ball now back down into the low post. Zazara turns around. She gets fouled on the shot attempt. So Zazara going to go to the charity stripe. White 12, so that would be Grovetown's number 12 on the foul. Chance for Zazara to cut the Grovetown lead to 1. And that one's right on the money.
She's had a much better second quarter, up to 7 points now, had 2 points in that first quarter. Kind of starting to get a little bit of a groove now heading into the second half.
Couple of dribbles, and she fires this one to the basket, and that one's good. And just like that, the lead evaporates down to 1. Everybody wants to get their personnel changes in. Checking in for the Eagles is going to be number 10, Grace Archer. Etowah coming back with a little press of their own and a costly turnover on the bobbled exchange by Jada Porter. So the Eagles will get the ball back with 10 seconds left to go in the half. Opportunity now for Etowah to jump out to a lead.
Yeah, got to hold for one shot here, obviously. The worst thing as a coach is calling for one shot, seeing your kid shoot with about 7 seconds going down and seeing the other team score at the buzzer. Can't have that happen here.
Wide open is James at the top of the three-point line. She sends this one to Zazara. Zazara now back to James, who's going to take the shot, who's fouled. So James is going to go to the line for 3 shots. Big momentum shift here right before the break. Etowah could go into the locker room, best case scenario, with a 2-point lead.
Yeah, these could be free points. That was a silly foul. You never want to foul a jump shooter. But I was watching the NBA playoffs, and I swear they foul jump shooters at least 5 or 6 times a game. So shame on you, NBA, for setting a bad example.
Second one, no good. So some struggles from the charity stripe here for Kirsten James. That could come back to haunt them later on in the game. You know, as a coach, Kyle, how frustrating is it to watch free points bounce off the iron?
Yeah, you got to convert them. They call them free throws for a reason, which is, you know, the oldest saying in the book, but you got to convert when you got those chances.
31-31, 5 seconds left until the break. Inbound pass. Now moved ahead for Way. Way picks this one up. They're going to have to just fire it up. Not sure she got that one off in time, but she misses anyway. So a good game here at halftime between Grovetown and Etowah, all tied up at 31 apiece. Kyle, just see this coming when we came into this game?
You know, Grovetown, I had them ranked in the top 10 to start the year in Class 6A, and they just got beat by Elbert County, a very small Class 2A school, and it was Elbert County's first game of the season. And I saw Elbert County last year, and Elbert County, they're all sophomores, but they're all like 5'6" and 5'7", but they beat Grovetown. I want to say it was like 65-55, so that gave me some pause. And you know, that's Grovetown's only loss of the season. They're 2-1. And you know, you're coming a very long way. You know, that's at least 3 hours to come over here and play a tough Etowah team that is a 7A school, that is, you know, 10-15 minutes down the road. They have some senior leadership. You got your pretty much, I don't know if she is their all-time leading scorer, but one of their all-time leading scorers. And then you have a really good sophomore in Jada Peterson. So 31-31, it's nothing crazy right now. It's just interesting to see who is going to assert their will, who's going to really get the tempo they want and dictate things. But it's a close game, and with that being said, I can't say I'm too surprised.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short break here in between the halves, so we want to thank you for joining us on ChiefsTV.org. I'm Chase Schaefer. Next to me is Kyle Sandy, your scorer from the War Lodge Classic Invitational between Grovetown and Etowah, all tied up at 31 apiece, and we will be right back after this short break. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the War Lodge here at Sequoia High School. Thank you for joining us on Chiefs TV. I'm Chase Schaefer. With me is my associate, Kyle Sandy, joining us in the booth for a couple of the games today here at the Invitational. Kyle, a tied-up ball game here, 31 apiece between Etowah and Grovetown. What should we expect for the second half?
Yeah, it's been a good game. I think we're going to see much the same, a very closely contested contest. Just looking at the leading scores, Grovetown's been led by Jada Porter, 13 points, 3 rebounds. Anaya Jones has 8 points. Kiana Curtis has been held to 6 points and 6 rebounds, which she kind of got going in that second quarter. And for Etowah, Jada Peterson came out red hot, hit 3 threes, got 17 points to lead all scores. Then Allie Cesaria, 8 points, came on strong in that second quarter as well.
And we're back underway. Grovetown almost with a turnover, and they're able to rebound from that. And they turn it over anyway. Speaking of Peterson, here she comes streaking down the court. Contested layup. That was an interesting way to shoot it, but it almost went in. Rebounded by Grovetown. Porter over to Way. Low post, that one knocked away. And another turnover. Jump ball called for. Possession arrow in favor of the guest, which would be Etowah, wearing their road unis.
That's more great defense from Kinsey Norton, poking that ball away. Great denial of the low post.
Zazara jump shot there, and it's going to toilet bowl in. And Etowah is going to take the lead after the half, 33-31. You know, Kyle, we mentioned it in the first half. Zazara figured we would see her a lot this afternoon, and here she comes out of the gate, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and their defense is really sparking their offense, and Zazara is really taking advantage.
Three-point shot is no good off the side of the rim. Grovetown now back the other way. Here comes Jones. Jones drives to the basket, lays that one up and in, and we're back to being a tied ball game. 6:50 left to go in the third. All tied up at 33 apiece. Here comes that Grovetown press. Etowah able to break it. They get the ball across half court. Here comes Zazara, and Zazara almost throws that one away. Peterson recovers, though. Looking for something down low, driving into the low post, laying that one up. Oh, but it teases and bounces out. That's a heartbreaker for Lily Cochran, as it looked like that one was going to fall. And all by herself on an island, but missing the three-pointer is Jada Porter, and that one will go out of bounds and be Etowah basketball. Cochran with the ball. Here comes the trap. She gets this one over and gets the pass back. She's going to drive through the defense. Has to check up, picks up her dribble. Now sends that one down into the low post. Laid up and no good on the shot by Kinsey Norton. We're going to get a foul on said Norton.
Yeah, that's just a frustration, silly foul. You can't foul all the way that far away from the other basket. Just one you got to let go.
And nice defense again for Etowah. That's a steal. And Zazara lays that one up and in. And Etowah marches back out to a 2-point lead. 5:48 left to go in the third quarter.
All of a sudden, Zazara's got 12 points. She's just got that soft touch. It's nothing flashy. It's kind of methodical. It's just knowing how to put the ball in the basket. And like you said, 35-33 prompts a George Dukes timeout.
And the Lady Warriors want to talk about that one for a minute. 5:44 left to go in the third. While we've got an opportunity here at the break, we're going to go ahead and thank some sponsors. Haven't done that yet this game, and it's the second half. Our gold level sponsor, Buffalo's, where everyone is family. That's the Buffalo's located on Riverstone Parkway. Black level sponsor, Food Basket Deli, home of the best Phillies in town. Black sponsor, Cycle Works Sanitation, located in Ball Ground, Georgia. Another black level sponsor is Barbie Lackey Financial Group. And our last black level sponsor is Beto's Bar and Grill in Hickory Flat. Thank you for all your support of the Sequoia Chiefs basketball program, including the War Lodge Classic Invitational. Pass down low, and that one goes up and in for Kiana Curtis. And we're back to being tied up again. And Grovetown's press finally forces an error out of Etowah, as they've been dialing up the pressure the entire game on the defensive backcourt.
It's a nice spark straight out of the timeout. That's what you want to see as a head coach. See your team listen to what you want to tell them, and they execute.
And down to the floor, some physical basketball being played. Now drives to the basket. Let's see what they call it. It's a charge against Zazara. So an offensive foul. Great job taking the charge there by Anya Jones. Etowah dialing up some pressure of their own, and that one is deflected out of bounds by Kirsten James. Looking for the inbound pass. It finds its way over to Way, who's got Peterson in her face. Nice passing, breaks the press, driving inside. Step back jumper fake, now gonna go driving into the lane. Layup attempt, no good by Kiana Curtis. Press broken, Peterson all by herself for three, no good as it's too long, but Zazara's there to put back the rebound, and Etowah walks it back out to a 2-point lead again, 37-35 with 4:40 left to go in the third. And a nice job by Norton breaking up the deep pass. Sails out of bounds, so Grovetown gonna get the ball back. 4:36 left to go, trailing 37-35. Way gonna inbound this one as she finds Jones. Jones over to Meredith, now back to Jones. Jones switches hands, gives this one to Way. Way's trying to find a way in the paint, but that's gonna be a walk, and it's gonna go back towards the other end of the court. Etowah basketball. Peterson takes the inbound pass. Now Cochran gets it back. Zazara for three. She sinks it.
Cannot leave her open. She is officially red hot, up to 17 points, leading scorer in the game with Jada Peterson now. They are both cooking, and they have a 5-point lead.
And a costly turnover gives them the ball back. 40-35 your score, as Kyle mentioned. 4 minutes and 3 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play. Inbound pass. James trapped at half court, gets it back to Zazara. She's going to pull up for another three-pointer, and she sinks it. And Grovetown wants to talk about it. 43-35 with 3:53 left to go. How did Zazara get open again for another good look at the three-point shot, Kyle?
Hey, I told you, I said Grovetown, you kind of got to feel, okay, because Zazaria wasn't doing anything. But we mentioned earlier, okay, if Zazara gets going and Peterson already has her 17 points, you might be in some trouble. And between those two, they got 37 of their 43 points. Peterson, Zazara carrying the load. She is officially red hot, and like we said, she has 8 3-pointers in one single game. That's a school record, and she's already got 2 right now, back-to-back. She's heating up. She might be in store for some more.
Kyle, you remember that game when we were kids, NBA Jam, when you start making all those baskets and you literally are on fire as you're going up and down the court? That's what Zazara looks like right now. She just cannot miss.
Boom shakalaka.
Next thing you know, she's going to be flying above the rim and jamming it home with 3:53 left to go in the third quarter. She is red hot, 43-35 coming out of the timeout, as Etowah has 5 of their timeouts left, and Grovetown has 2 left, 2 fouls on Etowah. Grovetown hasn't committed any. They've got the ball. They're going to carry this one out from underneath the basket. Thompson sends this one ahead. She gets it back as Peterson playing tight defense on the press. Baseline drive for Grovetown. That one floats up harmlessly off the rim. And almost another costly turnover as Thompson picks that one up. And a desperation 3 goes off the front of the rim as Porter fired that one away. And here come the Eagles. Picks up her dribble at the gray line. 3-pointer for Zazara off the front of the rim. Foot race back to the basket as that one goes up and is laid in by Jada Porter. 43-37, 3:10 left to go in the third period of play.
That was a nice finish from Porter. She had 13 points in the first half, first bucket of the second.
Baseline pass now back to Peterson, now back to Zazara, who shoots the 3 and drains it. And Etowah wants to take a timeout to talk strategy. Biggest lead of the day so far, Kyle, 46-37. Etowah on top of Grovetown with 3 minutes left to go in the quarter.
Does Tennessee need a floor spacer on the basketball team? I know she's going to be a goalkeeper for the soccer team, but looks like she could, stick her in the corner, knock down some threes. She can shoot that ball.
She's up to 23 points already, Kyle.
That's a lot. I mean, shoot, we just remember it was 17 points for Peterson, and Zazara had about 2 or 4 points, and boy, has she taken the role of that senior leader, knowing how to put the ball in the basket.
I guess that's one of the things great teams do is when one shooter gets cold, another one picks right up after her and starts knocking them down herself.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Etowah comes up with after they wanted to take a minute to talk some strategy. 2:57 left to go in the third. Comes Grovetown moving this one ahead. Baseline drive. Checks up right underneath the backboard. Thompson sends this one down to the low post, but she airmails it, intended for Curtis, and now a costly turnover gives the ball back to Etowah with a 9-point lead. Grovetown backs off the pressure a little bit there, and another wild pass is going to turn the ball over again.
It's these post entries, I'm telling you, Chase, it sounds simple, but sometimes you just got to take your time, dump it inside, little bounce pass, fake a pass and make a pass, but obviously you got to make sure that that post player is there and ready for the pass, and these last 2 possessions both squandered with bad decisions.
Curtis gives this one back. Now down in the corner, 3-pointer, no good as it rolls off the front of the basket. Kyle Porter having a rough time from beyond the arc tonight. Etowah ball. Didn't see if she stepped out or if they called a travel.
It looked like a travel to me. I think it was a travel, but she was right there on that line.
So 2:20 left to go. 46-37 Etowah. Got to get this one in. Peterson catches it on top of the logo. Swing this one around to Zazara. Now to James. James with the inside drive, but she walked. And this one will go back Grovetown's way. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left.
Getting a little sloppy for both teams past 2-3 possessions. Couple turnovers. Got to settle in. This is a big spot. You want to end this quarter strong if you're either team. If you're Etowah, you want to put this game almost out of reach. If you can get this to 12, 14, 15 points, double digits. If you're Grovetown, you got to keep it single digits. See if you can get it to about 5 or 6 points.
Picks up her dribble and almost throws that one away. Tough man-to-man defense is broken by Grovetown. Ooh, nice inside look under the basket, up and in for number 15 of Grovetown. That's Cecilia Burke, the 5'6" junior. Peterson takes it at the top. Sends this one over to James, but it was tipped. Now a good look in the corner by number 34. That one no good on the Cochran 3-pointer attempt. Peterson dialing up the pressure on Jones. Jones might have got away with a carry, but down low, Calhoun finishes that one and brings it back to within 5, 46-41, a minute and a half left to go in the third quarter. Nice drive by Peterson, but can't convert on the layup. And Grovetown gets the ball back after picking up the defensive board. That one was tipped. James has it, and Zazara all the time she wants to lay that one up and in, but she misses. She was all by herself. Now she blocks the pass and gets that one back. And a push. Oh, they're going to say it was a floor foul. So she's going to go shoot 2 anyway. Under a minute to go. Zazara misses a wide open layup. Here's an opportunity for redemption from the charity stripe.
Yeah, that first layup way too easy, and then she gets pushed and fouled, and she hits a tough one instead. Unfortunately for her, they don't call it. They call it on the floor instead of an and one. But, yeah, those ones, you hate it. Right when it comes off your hands, you know, uh-oh, that's not right.
Well, I thought they were in the bonus, but they're not. So it's an inbound penalty, or an inbound foul. 58 seconds left to go.
Yeah, Etowah's not closing this quarter as strong as Coach Grainer would have liked. It's a 5-point game. Grovetown, if they get another bucket, make it a 1-possession game, they got to be feeling really good about themselves.
Grovetown still very much alive, and that's a travel. As Celia Burke lost her footing momentarily. Costly turnover there with 51 seconds left to go. Inbound pass, and that one sails out of bounds, and they're going to call a foul on Anya Jones. Her second of the afternoon. Inbound pass. That one laid up and in, but a foul on the, not laid up and in, the miss on the free throw, on the layup, but she'll get a chance to put some free throws in. That's Lily Cochran. First one bounces off the front of the rim and dribbles in. Make it a 6-point lead for Etowah. 47 seconds left to go in the third. And she sinks the second one. Like we were saying earlier, Kyle, got to make those free throws if you're going to walk away with the lead.
Yeah, Norton, she's 6 for 6 from the line. That's good shooting for a big girl.
Coaches love to see players who will make free throws. Trap at half court. Nice pass over the logo. Now Way takes it. Way in the low post. She lays that one up and in. 36 seconds left to go. 48-43 Etowah. Nice coast-to-coast job there by Way.
Way, that was her first bucket of the game, but she's been good. 4 assists so far. She's been a distributor.
Peterson looking to heat back up again. Nope, off the front of the iron. 20 seconds left to go. 48-43 still. Oh, good look inside, and that one laid up and in by Yasmin Calhoun, the junior small forward. And uh-oh, Kyle, look out. Here comes Grovetown, 48-45. Ooh, and a foul down in the low block, and they'll call that one a floor foul. Number 44, Becca Archer, was fouled once she got the basketball, the junior forward. So 5 seconds left in the quarter. And no good on the shot. On the putback attempt is up and in. Great job at the end of the quarter by Becca Archer to put the offensive rebound back in the basket. So our score after 3, Etowah on top of Grovetown, 50-45. Like you said, Kyle, Etowah not finishing the quarter as strongly as they probably hoped, giving up buckets and letting Grovetown get back to within 3 at one point. But a 5-point lead and 1 quarter left to go.
Yeah, I know Coach is laying into them right now about closing quarters and closing out close games. And if you're Coach Dukes over there at Grovetown, you got to be pleased with how the team responded. They were about to be down double digits. They were almost on the ropes right there. They were kind of hanging around, but they found a way to get back in it. Kiana Curtis, she's had a quiet game. She's got 8 points, 7 rebounds. It's really been the guard play of Grovetown that's kept them in the game, and they've given them some energy, especially defensively. And then Etowah, of course, Zazara just went off. She's got 23 points. Peterson scoreless in that third quarter. Got to see if she can get going again, because you're looking at it 17 and 23. That sounds like 40 points right there between those two. Got to get a little bit more from the rest of the crew if you're Etowah.
Kyle, it looks like Etowah starting to try and figure out that inside presence a little bit more, testing the low blocks, seeing if they can get some points the hard way down in the paint.
Yeah, and I really liked what Kinsey Norton has done. I mean, 6 of 6 from the foul line. She's played really good defense. She's hit her free throws. She's done everything that Coach would want from her.
Well, we'll find out in 8 minutes of playing time. 50-45 as we get underway. Steal right off the bat to start the fourth quarter for Etowah. Nice move there by Zazara. Here comes the trap. She moves that one out to James. James tries to push it back into her, but that one taken and put off the boards by number 41, Tristan Moore, the senior forward. And 52-45 your score. Driving, and that one off the side of the rim. Now back to the top of the key, driving the lane, caught and blocked. No, they're going to call a foul. So Burke going to go to the line for Grovetown as they got Tristan Moore on the foul. Fans, don't go anywhere. Next, we'll be broadcasting live the Sequoia Chiefs boys game versus the visiting Cass Colonels. First free throw is good. Bounces around a couple times. That'll be tipping off, so to say, at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sequoia, the host school for the Cass, as they make the short trip over from Cartersville. 2 aggressive bounces, and we're going to get a violation.
That can't happen. That cannot happen.
False start on Etowah. So she'll shoot one more. 2 aggressive dribbles again for Burke, and Burke puts that one off the front of the rim again. Defensive rebound. Peterson picks that one up, and she goes down. After Burke, with some perfect tackling form, squared up on the ball carrier, put her shoulder into her and put her down on the ground.
What's that Ohio State score?
Not good. Thanks for asking. 7 minutes and 22 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Can anyone play linebacker? Looking for a linebacker. Peterson for three, no good. Offensive rebound, maybe, yes. Now back out to James. James to Zazara. She nails a three-pointer. Big-time moment from a big-time player. 7:02 left to go in the fourth quarter, 55-46.
26 points. She's hit 4 threes, coming all in the second half. She's a player.
And the layup attempt, no good. And that one's going to be knocked out of bounds by Kiana Curtis. Big possession here for Etowah if they can make it a double-digit lead. Peterson all by herself. She shoots a three-pointer, teases but doesn't go in. Picked up by Curtis. 6:33 left to go. 55-46. Etowah leads. Three-point shot goes in by Jada Porter.
They needed that one. They really did need that one. That was it was getting a little scary, but cut it back down to 6.
55-49, driving to the basket is Peterson. She lays that one up and the toilet bowl's in. 57-49. Grovetown not going away, but Etowah not staying quiet either. Looks like they're starting to get some offensive production as well. Still the usual suspects, but just more of it. Shot from the free throw line by Way, no good. Rebound taken by Etowah. That one knocked away from Zazara. She recovers, gets this one ahead to James, who gives it right back to her. Deep pass to Peterson. Peterson on the wing. Now Zazara takes it at the top of the key. Over to James. Pump fake on the shot. Drives in the lane and lays that one up. But she's going to be fouled on the shot attempt. So James going to the charity stripe for Etowah. Chance to make a double-digit lead here. Best case scenario.
Etowah's been very, very impressive so far today. And if they close out this win, this is going to be a really good one. I mean, they have come a long way over the past 3-4 years. They've been building to this point, and this would be a really nice signature win early on in the season.
And the second one, the second one's made. 59-49, 10-point lead for Etowah. Gonna have to see a defensive stop here by Grovetown after a basket. That one goes off the side of the iron. Battle for the rebound taken. A lob pass up to Peterson by Etowah. She's got to split the defense, can't do it, and unable to save the basketball. Turnover. Grovetown has the ball. 3-on-1 the other way. This one, nice passing job there, and this one's laid up and in by Jada Porter. It's a lonely place for a defender to be in a 3-on-1 fast break.
No kidding.
The cavalry never arrived, and Cedartown was able to pull back within 8. Another costly turnover here for Etowah, 59-51, 5 minutes left to go in the game. Porter almost gives that one away, but nice recovery there by Jones. Three-point shot, stroking it down is number 15, Celia Burke. And here they come, Kyle, 59-54 with 4:30 left.
Going down to the wire. These are some big possessions right here from Etowah. Grovetown starting to get a little bit of momentum. What do you go to here? Got to get it to Zazaria.
And a timeout called by Etowah. Coach wants to rally the troops. 4 minutes and 25 seconds left. Score 59-54. Is Etowah going to let this one slip away, Kyle?
I mean, this is a team that has a lot of seniors, a lot of experience. Zazara, your best player, is a senior. Your second best player, Peterson, is a sophomore. But this is a team that has taken their lumps over the years, and now it's time to win these close games. And you know, I was just saying, if you win this one, this is the big one. And if you're Grovetown's ready to make a deep run in Class 6A this year. So again, for them, this is a game they need as well. So this is going to be a really fun finish, and a finish for both of these coaches to really kind of figure out, what do I have? What do I have in these girls? Mental fortitude, coming down the stretch, facing a little bit of adversity. Can we close out Grovetown? If you're Grovetown, can you come back and claw your way into this one? Really good early season battle here.
You mentioned Peterson, the sophomore. That sophomore staring down the barrel of a 20-point game with 19 points in the game. 4.5 minutes left to go. You think she can get to 20?
She's got 4.5 to go. I say she's going to at least put one more bucket in there. If not, hey, how about this? If she does not get to 20 points, Etowah will not win this game.
Ooh, bold prediction there by my color analyst. Turnover. This one pushed ahead by Jones. Jones trying to work around James. Three-pointer again for Burke, and she just misses on that one. Offensive rebound for Grovetown. Pass over to the wing. Three-pointer, straightaway shot, planks off the iron, and down to the floor goes Etowah. And that's number 44, Becca Archer, who got the ball. 4 minutes and 3 seconds left to go. Foul called on Grovetown, didn't get the offending number. 4:03 left to go. Here comes that press back out again, and that inbound pass attempt is slapped into the stands by Jada Porter. As Porter says, get that out of here. Now pushed ahead for Zazara. Zazara shoots the three-pointer, and she knocks it down. 29 points for Zazara. 3 minutes and 48 seconds left, 62-54. 8-point lead for Etowah. Back up to Jones. Jones drives inside the lane, shoots one from the paint, no good, as that one goes off the back of the iron. Ahead for Peterson. Peterson, one person to beat, and a block, so she'll go to the charity stripe. Big free throws here. Up 8 points is Etowah. If they can make it a double-digit lead with 3.5 minutes left, maybe the defense can lock down and do the rest for them. Miss on the first.
Yeah, this is the danger zone right now for Grovetown. This is it's getting late early. 3:30 to go. You're down 8 points. You're running out of time. That's, you know, that can kind of be a lot of points at the girls' level sometimes.
And a miss on the second one, so she still hasn't made a bucket yet. Trap along the baseline, no good. Turnaround layup, nice job there by Jada Porter. Porter turning it on here in the later portion of the game. 6 points, and she forces a turnover. Now she's gonna drive into the lane, and she gets tripped up, but they're gonna say she touched. No, they're gonna say she walked as she bumped in. But I think that was Kinsey Norton. But Jada Porter finding that extra gear in the fourth quarter.
Hey, if I'm Grovetown, I got to face guard Zazara. She's the only one putting points on the board. She's her primary ball handler, and that's not good enough defense, but they get lucky.
You get lucky on the miss, but the putback, they're not so lucky. As Norton finishes that one off for Zazara. As you were saying that, Kyle, Zazara basically walked all the way to the basket untouched.
I mean, geez, she's got 29 points, and it's just going to part like the Red Sea.
You think they have to go dedicated defender on her, like some kind of box and one, Kyle?
She's got almost 30 points. I mean, it's too late in the game at this point, but no one else is really doing a whole lot. I mean, Norton's been good on the putbacks here and there, but she's not creating her own offense, and Peterson's gone ice cold in this second half. You got to get the ball out of Zazara's hands.
2 minutes and 13 seconds left to get it done for Grovetown, still trailing by 8. Baseline drive now looking inside. Porter knocks down the three.
Yeah, that was 3 seconds. They definitely missed that one, and it results in a big-time three-pointer. Got a break there if you're Grovetown.
1 minute 50 seconds left, trailing by 5. Here comes Peterson. Little contact on the pass, but referee's going to let him play. James hands that one off to Peterson. Peterson picks up her dribble, and that one's going to be poked back across the line. They're going to say it was tipped. So Zazara not charged with the over and back as she's got a defender in her face. Now they've got a defender on her.
Woo. Good timeout.
And
good timeout.
Etowah going to have to take a timeout in order to avoid the 5-second violation. Under 90 seconds left to go in the contest. Etowah 64, Grovetown 59. Kyle, how about Jada Porter turning it on here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, she's been really good all throughout the game. Porter and Jones have been tough. Two long athletic guards that can do a little bit of everything, can shoot the ball, can slash to the basket, get some deflections. They've been key. Kiana Curtis hasn't really been able to establish herself, but two good guards. If you got guard play in high school basketball, you always have a chance.
So 1:26 left to go in the fourth. Etowah holding on to a 5-point lead over Grovetown. Kyle, next up for us will be the Sequoia and Cass varsity boys game. What are your thoughts on that matchup?
Interesting matchup. I want to see who is able to execute. What is Cass's game plan going to be to slow down and stop Dylan Woolley? Something I really want to see. You know, he's a really good shooter. He's a 1-and-2 dribble off the bounce guy, pull up. He's not going to be a multi-combo dribble guy and get to the basket. You know where his bread is buttered. You just got to know how to stop him.
Look forward to that, but back to the matter at hand. 1:24 left to go in the game. Big steal there for Grovetown, driving to the basket. Big stop by Peterson.
That is huge, and doing that without fouling, that is huge, because at the very least, it's going to cost Grovetown a couple more seconds, and every second, every tick of the clock is that important right now.
Saving a bucket as Peterson, 1:18 left, inbound pass. This one knocked away. Did she save it? Peterson gonna have to chase this one down before it goes out of bounds. Does she get there in time? She leaves it back in. Oh, but they say she just didn't get there in time.
Oh.
What a sequence right there. And Grovetown wants to talk about it again. So 64-59 your score. Kyle, don't look now. Porter's got 25.
Yeah, she's been tough. I'm telling you, she's been putting the ball in the basket. She's hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3-pointers, matching Zazara's outside prowess. She's been good. She's been really good. And the rest of that team, it's been pretty balanced all throughout. You've seen some good work from Anaya Jones with 10 points, Kiana Curtis with 8 points. Cecilia Burke has hit some timely shots from the outside, but it's not enough right now. Still down 5 points.
So 71 seconds left to go in the contest. Both teams taking a few minutes to talk about it. Some more matchups to look forward to later on today. After the Cass and Sequoia game, we've got a girls game between Cherokee and Decula. Cherokee, when you think about the Cherokee girls team, you got to think about Kate Johnson.
That is going to be a fantastic matchup. Kate Johnson, 6'3" inside, big, powerful bruiser going to Furman, but she's going up against Lazaria Spearman, jumps out of the gym, 6'2", high major offers all over the place. That is going to be a great game that is won in the low post.
Inside drive, now pass back out to the wing, driving into the basket, stopped, and she's going to get a travel call. A costly turnover as Burke gets tangled up with one of the Etowah defenders, and we're within a minute until closing time here. 64-59 Etowah on top. Here comes the full court press. Etowah breaks it. Oh, now they're getting told to foul as Peterson's going to hold on to the ball, and she will take the foul as Yasmin Calhoun's going to take a reach. I think that was Grovetown's last foul to give. I think next they'll be in the bonus. This one over to James. James kicks this one over to the wing. Now getting it back is James. And Calhoun gonna have to foul again. That's Calhoun's fourth. 41 seconds left to go in a 5-point game. So Grovetown going to take the chance of sending Etowah to the stripe. And sinking the first one is Kirsten James.
Eagles have shot really well from the foul line today. I mean, James has knocked down a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's gone 5 of 8 from the foul line, not too bad. Kinsey Norton's been 6 of 6. Cesara's hit her 2 free throws, so they've been pretty good.
And a second one made, and that stretches the lead out to 7 with 40 seconds left. Clock about to strike midnight on Grovetown as that pass sails over the head of Anya Jones. No, correction, Calhoun. And another foul. That one's on Curtis. She'll pick up her first of the afternoon. 32 seconds left to go. First one bounces off the front of the rim and goes in, and that will make it an 8-point game. Kyle, it seems like Grovetown's been close all afternoon, but just unable to reel Etowah in when it mattered, as Etowah goes up by 9.
Yeah, just not enough juice. They get close, but then it'll be a turnover or a timely shot hit by Etowah. Just a really tough one 3 hours away from home.
Porter just not quite able to do enough. She's going to try. Oh, she buries another three-pointer. That takes her up to 28 points. Timeout by Grovetown, 68-62. 24 seconds left. They might not be able to do it, but Porter sure is going to try.
Yeah, she's really carried the load. I mean, watching Porter and Zazara go at it, 29 points, 28 points. Both of those two players had done everything for their teams today and just putting the ball in the basket. I mean, it's very rare that you see a girls' game where two players are flirting with 30 points. Very impressive.
So, Kyle, if we had to call it now, who's our player of the game?
Ali Zazara.
Ali Zazara, he says, 29 points. As she has hit some timely shots as well and really put that Etowah team on her back. That one knocked out of bounds, but it's going to be Etowah ball still. Trailing by 6. And Etowah wants to take some time to talk about it as well. 23.2 seconds left, 68-62. Fans, want to just remind you real quick, at the conclusion of this game, what's going to happen is YouTube TV is going to back out because we're going to end this broadcast. And then in order to see the next game, which would be the Sequoia Boys versus the Cass Colonels, you'll have to go back into the new live stream that we've created for that particular game. So don't stay on the stream because it's going to kick you off. Just go back out, and then we'll create a new event for Cass versus Sequoia, and it'll be up in plenty of time. And we'll take a break in between games. But let's finish the matter at hand here with 23 seconds left. Etowah on top of Grovetown, 68-62. Deep pass streaking down the court is Zazara. Zazara gets fouled hard by Porter.
Scary seeing a girl fall like that. Scary seeing anybody fall like that. That was definitely a hard foul. Referees consulting. Not going to be an intentional, though.
Glad to see her get back up. You could probably hear the thud all the way out from Hickory Road. 22 seconds left. Zazara with a chance here to have a 30-point game.
Hey, let's go ahead and do it.
There it is. 30 points for Zazara, 69-62. Etowah back playing prevent defense. And 20 seconds left, 70-62 Etowah. Three-pointer, that one's way short. And a turnover, that one goes up and in, 10 seconds left. Didn't see the scorer, and they're gonna go ahead and foul James. We say costly turnover, but Kyle, isn't every turnover costly?
That is very true. That is very true. Every turnover is a possession that you lose, and it gives the other team a chance to put points on the board.
James with 6 points. Best case scenario, she finds 7 and 8 here. That one goes up and in, so there's 7. So a valiant effort by Grovetown, Kyle, but they're going to come up just a little short this time. Impressive win from Etowah. They are going to be a very scary 3 or 4 seed, most likely coming into the state tournament. Prayer three-pointer not answered, and that one is going to do it for the end of the game. Your final should show on the scoreboard 72-62. Not sure why Grovetown got spotted 2 points, but no matter. So Kyle, final thoughts on the game.
Free throw shooting was huge for Etowah. Just looking at it right now, they went 19 of 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 19 of 25 from the foul line. That will win you games. Everyone always says when it's girls basketball, usually it's about making layups and hitting free throws, and Etowah did that very, very well today, and they got a great win.
Yeah, we got to see a three-point shooting display from both teams between Porter and Ali Zazara and Peterson in the first quarter of the game for Etowah, just knocking down some serious, grown-up three-point shots. Peterson fired one from the next zip code, but a great game all around, Kyle, and thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at the Cass Sequoia game coming up here, and it looks to be about 30 minutes. So, folks, thank you so much for joining us here on Chiefs TV. We'll be right back after a short break. Once again, your final score from here at the War Lodge Classic Invitational. The Etowah Eagles take down the Grovetown Lady Warriors by a score of 72-62, and we will be right back shortly.